Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Coming to you a little early on a Friday. Hopefully, gonna check out of here shortly and start to enjoy the long weekend. But if you're in the industry, if you're an agent, and you have any needs over the long weekend, the team is always here to serve. So give us a call. Don't hesitate. But the 10-year Treasury is 3806, right? Had gotten a lot higher than that and then started to work its way back down. One of the things that a very wise person at Kelly Allison sent to me this morning was a little snapshot from MBS Highway talking about the volatility of the 10-year Treasury, the bond market, and how traders were leveraging the uncertainty of the debt ceiling talks and the volatility to make money, right? And even though everybody is fairly certain that somehow, some way, there will be resolution, and hopefully more than likely with a high degree of certainty prior to us defaulting. And then once we come to that resolution, the run-up that we've seen over the last 2 weeks or so will start to unwind itself, and we'll start to see Treasury going back down. So anyways, that's that, right? I did not look at durable good orders that were posted today. Just skipped right through it. Didn't thought debt ceiling had everything, right? So that's that. What else? Had couple of great conversations today, and I'm going to go right back to something we talked about yesterday, which was do the right thing, right? So I talked to a client, a potential client. Now that she's done an application, she's even closer. I guess she is a client now because she's filled out her application. But a little bit older, and not from traditional, not originally from America, right? So and she said, hey, a couple of weeks ago I talked to a lender, and they pretty much said I don't qualify for anything. And I was like, well, tell me a little bit about that, right? We ended up having a lovely conversation, right? And spent time with her, getting to know her a little bit, getting to know what her goals and her, what we're looking to try to accomplish. Talked to her about her credit score, which sounded fine, right? She gave me a number, and I was like, wow, that you're good, right? Talked to her about her income, and there's a couple of different income streams there, and maybe the previous lender got confused with the income stream. She broke it down very clearly for me. Hey, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, hey, you know what you're talking about. Like, you know the math, right? She knew the math, right? And I said, well, I add all this up, and I look at this credit score, and I said, once you do the application, we grab all the documentation. If all of this holds true, you absolutely can qualify to purchase a home. So what are you looking for? And she gave me a target mortgage payment, right? Monthly mortgage payment. So what's your target? Here's what your rent is, right? Are you comfortable at that level is what I usually ask. Or would you, if you could go higher, would you go higher? Or if you're thinking about dropping down, would you drop down, right? And then we always give you what you're looking for. And then we, if we can max out, we say, hey, here's what you've asked for. Here's what that purchase price looks like. Here's what your max is. And then we bookend it, and you figure out anything in between, right? So she said, yeah, I'm looking at this. And I said, great. She goes, and I've seen some houses in my neighborhood or around the area where I'm looking to live that their purchase price is that. I said, look, everything sounds great. I think we can get you pre-qualified for that purchase price. However, that purchase price really doesn't equate to that mortgage payment. They were lower, right? However, you could buy up to that, or we could show, and we will show you what that mortgage payment looks like at what purchase price. So anyways, that was a great conversation. Just took the time to get to know her. Had another conversation just recently with an agent, and he shared with me that, he's one of the agents, and we have some agents that will do this and some that don't. It's up to them, but they may recommend one or two different lenders, right? Maybe three lenders. Everybody has a number three. Hey, I'm going to give you three names, right? And I guess one of the lenders took exception to it and said, hey, why do you always put me in a position where I'm getting shopped? That doesn't sound like a way to do business. Why don't you just give me everything? And the realtor was like, maybe you're not right for us. Real quick conversation that I had with my team this morning was really about competition. It really was. I said, man, here's the polar opposite. Here's the 180 of that conversation. My conversation with the team this morning and what the team and we talked about was, how do we even engage more deeply with our clients? How do we build this relationship? We believe we are the subject matter experts, but how do How do we, push that out, right? By the time we're talk to a client, that relationship is so good, and they should really think, hey, you guys absolutely know what you're doing over here, right? And let that speak for ourselves. We don't have to strong arm somebody that, oh, I'm afraid of the competition, or I don't want you to give somebody else's name because that's hard to me to compete with. You know what? Bring it on, man. Bring it on. We love the fight. We don't mind the competition. Every day you strive to get better. That's all I'm going to say. Have a great Friday. Have a great long weekend. If you need something, 404-915-6834. ClickMortgage.com. Be well.